Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you had a really great week. Happy Saturday. With it being Saturday, yet again, that means it's time for another episode of Yield Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup, the video that goes up most Saturdays here on my channel, where I take you guys through all of the home fragrance that I was enjoying around the house over the course of the past week. So what I was burning, what I was melting, what I was crocking, what I was lamping. I do film this video, if you are new here, alongside my trusty assistant, Alf. Alf is actually a dog, a pug specifically. He's here in my lap. Honestly, Alf and I are kind of a package deal. He is my constant shadow and companion, if you will. Whenever I'm sitting down anywhere, he's just immediately in my lap. I love him, he's cute, and he usually behaves himself, so I let him do it. But that does mean that you might hear some weird noises in the background of this video, especially if you have your earbuds in. Those snorts, snores, and whatever other noise he decides to produce over the course of this video. That's all courtesy of Alf here. Feel free to enjoy that pug ASMR. In fact, do I have pug fur? I do. I have pug fur on my lips. Of course I do. I'm always covered in pug fur. Anyway, you guys, hope you had a great week. Before we get into what I was burning and melting, usual disclaimer of checking out the description box, especially if you're new here. Lots of information down there. I put links to some other candle related content that might be interesting to you, such as Candle Crock and Candle Lamp 101. If you don't own a crock or a lamp, you might not know how to use either of those two candle accessories, so feel free to check out that video. It should be pretty informative. I also put links to my favorite crocks and lamps that I think are amazing quality at a great price point. There's information about where you can find any of the candles that I'm sharing in this video, discount codes, sales that are happening this weekend at the candle companies that I tend to frequent. Yeah, there's just a lot of information down there, so you might be able to find your answer there faster than I can get back to you in the comments. So feel free to check that description box out. And yeah, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with a tour of what I am currently burning and what I have in my candle crocks right now. I'm still not using my lamps this week. Honestly, I've been a little bit lazy in terms of getting some use out of my lamps. So I need to really step my game up on that, because that is another way for me to whittle down my candle collection a little bit quicker. So I really should be using those lamps in addition to the crocks. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that little tour. Also, sorry about the ladder behind me. I normally sit like facing like more towards the window, but my eyes are really sensitive today and it hurts. Like, the light is hurting my eyes. I don't know why. It's kind of an overcast day, but I feel like that almost makes it brighter in a way. Also, I'm dealing with some wicked heartburn today. I don't know where that's coming from. That's new. That's fun. Anyway, yeah, I need to go find the Tums. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a little tour of what's currently happening, and then let's come back here and reconvene to discuss everything else that I was burning and melting this week, because we have a lot of new things to talk about. So let's get to it. Here in the entryway, I am enjoying the Voluspa Goji Tarocco Orange candle. This is in a limited edition style of packaging, and I love how vibrant the flowers are on this particular tin. This scent is absolutely delightful. And thank you to those of you who recommended popping this one in my cart, because you were absolutely spot on. This is such a beautiful, like deeper orange scent. I cannot wait to review this one for you guys. If you are thinking about just kind of trying some Voluspa candles out, they do have some discovery, actually I think it's just one discovery set available now on their website. but you can pick a few of their different scents, and you'll get little samples that you can kind of test out and see which of the fragrances speak to you the most. But I would definitely encourage you, if you do that, to include this Goji Tarocco Orange candle, because it is so, so good. I cannot tell you how refreshing and delicious this is. So if you are trying Volispa, this is a fragrance that you have to pop into your cart. It is wonderful. Here in the dining room, I am enjoying Kringle Country Candle Summer Cooler. This is from the limited edition collection from the Country Candle line that released, must have been about 3 to 4 weeks ago at this point. I believe most of these fragrances are still available. You can see these are some nice tall flames on this one. They recently kind of played around with the wicks again with Country Candle. I think they're really struggling to find kind of the happy place when it comes to the wicks with Country Candle. Most recently, Country Candle was in a paraffin wax formulation, and they recently changed it over to a soy formulation, 100% soy. But with that change came some issues in terms of the wicks, trying to find the best fit for that. So they're still trying to sort that out. But I do think the wicks on this particular collection are definitely better than the wicks that were on the spring summer candles that were released. So I don't know, I'm having a good experience, but do let me know what your experience has been if you purchased either some of the fragrances that I did, or if you purchased some of the other fragrances. I think it'd be really helpful for people to know, you know, what these are doing in terms of the overall performance. Welcome to my laundry room, which is in fact a working laundry room. It's not just for looks. Thus the massive pile of laundry here that needs to be, this is all stuff that needs to be folded. So we know what my afternoon will consist of. Anyway, ignore the mess, enjoy the crock. This particular crock is one that, don't go out of focus here. This is one crock that I get a lot of questions about. No, I can't link it. It is long discontinued, but I do link some really great neutral crocks in the description box, so check those out. From the same company, great quality, just obviously it doesn't have this beautiful design. Anyway, in here is Bath & Body Works Santorini Coast. It did get a little messy when it got towards the last few burns there, so I decided to go ahead and pop it into the candle crock in here. I really can't smell it anymore, so I think it's time to turn this candle crock off and to either give it a break or pop something new in here. I haven't decided. But I definitely think this this particular candle has given me everything it's going to in terms of the fragrance oils. So time to move on. Anyway, I really do love this scent. If you're looking for a great beachy summer coconut, Santorini Coast from Bath & Body Works is a great option. So let's go ahead and head upstairs and see what is happening in the two crocks up there. This is the candle crock in my master bedroom. This also happens to be one of the candle crocks that I have linked down below for you. This is the ivory option. I do love this one. And again, great quality, great performance. All right, what's happening in here? Well, we have a Kringle Fairies Floss. There we go. This one I did put in here as a brand new candle. I do, quote unquote, sacrifice some completely unburned candles to my candle crocks. I love this particular scent, and I almost feel like I get a little bit more life out of it by melting it, because this has now been going for, is it 2 weeks or a week and a half? Ooh, I can't even remember. Anyway, I will get a solid 2.5, 3 weeks out of this in terms of fragrance output. And that is with this being on 24/7. Once I turn a crock on, I typically will not turn it off until I go to change the candles out. So when you do sacrifice a candle to your crock, you're not going to be able to light that up again, because this is what happens to the wicks. Just going to show you. This is obviously a completely unburned wick, but do you see how that wick clip kind of detached from the bottom of the jar there? That means it's just free floating in here. And if you were to light this up again, the likelihood of that wick being perfectly centered would be like probably not centered at all. And if you have this really close to the side of the jar, like if it's right here next to the side and you light this up, it could potentially overheat the glass, causing it to crack, which will then not only leave you with a massive mess of wax to clean up, but hey, also a fire hazard. So don't do that. If you decide to put a candle into a crock, that is where it needs to finish the remainder of its life. You're not going to light that candle again. You can reuse the wax for something else, for sure, but definitely don't light that candle again. This is the big thing that I like to stress with candle crocks, because I have had some people say that like, oh, I just recentered my wicks and lit them again. And it really makes me nervous to hear that, because you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't do that, because you don't know that the wicks are centered the way that they're supposed to be. And while this glass is definitely made to contain wax and a wick, to be a candle, if you will, it's done in a very precise way. And if you are messing with that in some kind of way, I don't know. I just don't think the fire hazard is worth it, guys. And I really like to stress that, because I do frequently have people tell me, oh, I just light them up again. And it just makes me go, oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I mean, if you do, just be really freaking careful. Just be really careful. But my advice would be don't. Anyway, loving the Fairy's Floss. This is a delightfully beautiful kind of feminine, perfumey type of fragrance. I think this is my last backup. I still have several of the unicorn poops, also from the same collection. I really love this entire fantasy collection from them, and I hope that they revisit it again. I believe that Fairy's Floss is definitely sold out. I think Mermaid Scales, that one might still be available. I don't know. I think unicorn poop might still be available. So if you want to try unicorn poop, it does smell a lot like Aquilina's Pink Sugar. And if that's what you're looking for, it is a great take on Pink Sugar. But anyway, let's move on to the last crock. All right, in the very back bedroom of the house, we are enjoying the Kringle Reserve Merlot fragrance. This was part of the most recent Reserve release, and I really kind of fell in love with this grape fragrance. This smells like a really beautiful, juicy Concord grape to my nose, and I really like this a lot. I did burn it past the halfway point, and I just kind of figured I might get a little bit longer enjoyment out of it popping it into a crock versus burning it, and the wax dissipating and the fragrance being gone a little bit sooner. I could definitely repurchase this, and you know what? I think I might. Probably not for this summer, but if this fragrance sticks around in the Reserve line and it's available next summer, I would totally pick it up again. When I first smelled it, I was like, oh, this smells really good. But once I started burning it, I was like, oh, I really like this a lot. So yeah, this would definitely be a repurchase for me. And this is coming from someone who normally, like, as much as I love a lot of different fruity scents, grape isn't normally something that I go gaga over, but this particular grape is done so well. So if you want just a kind of nice, straightforward grape that smells more like a juicy Concord grape specifically, I would say check this one out. It's so good. It'll definitely be a repurchase for me in the future. So really love this one, and it smells so good in the candle crock, you guys. So I'm gonna enjoy this one probably for at least another week. It's cranking out quite a bit of fragrance, so I think this is definitely quite concentrated when it comes to the fragrance oils. So anyway, love it. Let's get back downstairs and talk about what else I was burning and melting this week. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of what's currently going on in terms of home fragrance around the house. Smells pretty good in here, if I do say so myself. So I'm really excited to go through some new candles that I was enjoying over the course of the last week. I recently shared a candle haul where I showed you guys some candles that I purchased from Volispa, from Sniff, from Kringle. I also shared a few candles that I received in a PR package from Boats Candle Co. If you missed that particular haul video, I will link that down below in the description box. But I have just a ton of new things that I've been enjoying this week, so I'm really excited to update you on those. But before we get to the new stuff, let's talk about the candles that I finished this week. I am making some really good progress on whittling down my HomeWorx candle collection. If you're new here, I started purchasing HomeWorx candles back when they started being sold on QVC in 2017. And at that time, and even now still, the bulk of the candles are packaged in sets of 2. Sometimes they're even sold in trios. And if there was a duo or a trio that I really loved in terms of the fragrance, I would just buy multiple sets. That caused my HomeWorx candle collection to spiral out of control pretty quickly. These candles are girthy, if you will. So this is I would say this is a pretty typical candle jar. So in terms of the square footage of the base here, this is bigger than, you know, a more traditional jar. Here is a Bath & Body Works 3-wick. Here is this is just a Kringle regular jar. So obviously these take up a lot more space than some other candles. So I'm just trying my hardest to whittle down this collection to a more reasonable amount. I'm basically trying to free up some space in a closet upstairs so that all of my candles can fit into one closet. And that way I stop finding candles squirreled away all over the house. I don't want to open a cabinet in our family room, or I don't want to look underneath a bed in our guest room and see candles. There's no reason for that. I just feel like I'm kind of past the phase of having hundreds and hundreds of candles. I've really been enjoying purchasing new fragrances, trying new things. And so I think for me to continue to do that, I just need to kind of let go of a lot of the old things that I've been hoarding for a really long time. It's hard to get out of that mindset. Don't get me wrong. I still have feelings of, you know, oh, I shouldn't like this because it's the last one that I have left and it's special. And is it a special enough occasion? And I mean, I can think of a million excuses to just keep a candle for years and never light it up. But I'm finally trying to move past that, and it's felt really good. If you are with me on this journey, let me know how you are doing. I'm really curious to see how you guys are managing the use it up challenge that maybe you committed to alongside me. So anyway, candles that I finished this week in terms of HomeWorx candles, I finished 2. So I have one of my beloved farm stand blueberries, and don't get me wrong, I will still be purchasing plenty of HomeWorx candles in the future. Love the brand, have no beefs with the brand. I just don't need 300 of them in my house at any given time. So farm stand blueberry is one of my holy grails. This one here burned great the whole way down. This was part of the farm stand trio. So for example, with this farm stand trio, it contained the peach, the strawberry, and the blueberry, all from the farm stand collection. And I purchased probably 8 trios. 8 times 3, that's a lot of candles right there. So still working my way through these. I think I'll be finished with most of the farm stand trios by the end of this summer. I may still have a few left over for next year, but the goal is to really whittle down the summer collection. And then in the fall and around the holidays, I'll be working on whittling down the fall and holiday candles as well. So it's a challenge. I would encourage you to not get to the point where you have to like commit yourself to doing these challenges. You know, purchase what you need. Always have a few on backup because, you know, sometimes it takes a while to get deliveries and it's nice to be able to grab something. But I just think that, you know, there's so many new candles coming out all the time. Like, you know, you can just kind of order as you go, I feel like. Obviously, you know, if there's some Holy Grail scents, you might want to stock up on those, but I don't think you need backups of everything. So anyway, finish this, love it, and we'll continue to repurchase in the future. Harry seems pretty committed to this farm stand collection from what I can tell. It's been re-released multiple times now, so I anticipate being able to purchase more of this in the future, which is great. This is Hibiscus Flowers. I also finished Hibiscus Flowers this week. This one burned just perfectly fine. Loved it, so good, such a great scent, honestly. A really kind of sweet, but beautiful floral tropical. Love this one. And this one, by the way, was a PR item. I didn't pay for this one. I purchased this one, I think it was back in 2021 that I reviewed this. And really liked it back then as well. So, but right now I'm trying not to purchase too many fragrances that I have already reviewed unless they are Holy Grail fragrances from HomeWorx, just because I want to review new things for you guys. I don't re-review older candles that are re-released unless they've been tweaked or unless there's something drastically different about them. So I don't personally see the point in re-reviewing the same fragrance over and over again. So I'm here for mostly the new stuff at this point. All right, that's it in terms of candles that I finished this week. So let's start talking about some of these new candles that I have been burning. I'm gonna get started with one of the ones that I think I've received the most DMs about over on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's just MrKongsMom. I don't really post a lot of candle content over there. I mostly just focus on sharing the dogs because I think they're so cute. So if you want to follow me for some dog content, it's just MrKongsMom. But lots of questions about this Sniff Crumb Couture candle. This is their 4-wick. Really splurged on this one because she is not cheap. But you guys, it's burning like a champ and it burns really slow, which is great. Means I'll have this one for quite some time. Oh, it smells so good. I cannot tell you guys how good this smells. This is definitely somewhat similar to Kringle's Jelly Donut. They're not the exact same scent, but they definitely share some similarities. I'll talk a little bit more about the comparison when I do my in-depth review, but if you love Jelly Donut, you're gonna love this. And this is a 4-wick. I was trying to figure out, oh, it's right down here. Okay, so this is made with soy and vegetable wax. They are 100% cotton wicks. It burns really clean. Like, so far, I'm really loving it. I've had this lit a couple of times now. The wicks are kind of interesting. I just kind of nip off the little mushroom tops that form, if you can see there. I've just been nipping those off and kind of, you know, like uncurling the wicks a little bit. The wicks definitely do this little like curling thing, but that's easy enough to straighten out. And then I let her up and it's great. It takes a while to pull out, but once it does, it starts throwing like nobody's business. Like house filler, I think we have it with this one. So yeah, it's performing great. I have a, well, you can see behind me here. This is a pretty open concept style of home. It was built in the early 2000s. So most of the rooms just kind of blend into each other. But I've had that on my entry cabinet over there. Again, sorry about the ladder. I'm washing my walls. I know, it's the funnest project that I've ever taken on. It's freaking worst, but it's really good to do every now and then. So anyway, that's an 8-foot ladder that Craig just bought for me this week because I couldn't reach our freaking ceilings because they're super high. Anyway, but I have had it on this like entryway table over here. It fills the whole house. This is great airflow right in the middle of the house here anyway. This is the very center of our house where that staircase is there. So it just kind of swirls everything all around the house. I can smell it upstairs. I can smell it downstairs. It's fabulous. Is it expensive? Yes. But does it perform? Also yes. Does that mean that you have to buy it? No. I mean, if you don't want to spend money on this, you don't have to, but it's worth every penny for me. And I will be trying more from Sniff. They do have a fall candle that I'm definitely interested in, and I'm hoping that maybe they come out with some fun Christmas stuff this year. But I will be buying more from this brand. They're fabulous. Also, if you haven't tried their perfumes, well, they're actually eau de toilettes, but they're pretty potent. I think they perform like an eau de parfum for the most part, but anyway, the perfume's fabulous. You can actually get crumb couture in a perfume. That's how I discovered the fragrance in the first place, is I got the crumb couture perfume, and I smell so good. Like, I get so many compliments on it. I smell delicious when I'm wearing that, and the candle, just as good. So no regrets. And I do want to burn it. I probably won't wait until the halfway point with this one just because of how long I think it's going to take me to get there. I will definitely keep you guys updated, obviously, in terms of how she does in these weekly home fragrance roundups, but I think I'll review it once I'm about a third of the way through. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get there. All right, other new things that I was enjoying this week. All right, this is the blueberry milkshake. You obviously saw the other limited edition currently going in the dining room right now, but so far so good with these new wicks here. The blueberry milkshake, I really like this, although I will say after burning it a few times, there is just a tiny touch of like a almost sour type of note, which I think is coming from the milkshake portion of this. On cold sniff, it smells a little bit more like it has a gourmand crust note to it, but I think once this is lit, it mostly smells like a blueberry milkshake, honestly. There is a definite dairy note in this one, and it does lean just a little bit sour, but not like curdled sour where it's gross, but it adds a little bit of a tang to it. I think it's actually kind of interesting and good. I really love this. I would probably actually repurchase it. I mean, I'm not even to the halfway point yet, so obviously I still have a little ways to go, but so far so good with these wicks. They seem to be forming some mushroom tops, but not outrageous mushroom tops. So if you're not familiar, Country Candle is still kind of trying to figure it out in terms of the wicks that work with this style of jar and the color and the wax and everything. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. It's good. All right. So let's just stick with Kringle for right now because I have another Kringle here. I busted out a Sea Breeze this week. Admittedly, I've only lit this like twice now, but have you tried Sea Breeze? If you are looking for a like kind of marine, ocean air, coconut type of scent, you should try this. It's very, very beachy. It looks, so when you see this picture, like this is what this candle smells like. I just don't think they could have picked a better picture. Like, you've got coconuts on the tree there. You've got just the ocean in the background. This is a beautiful, delicious, more, I would say, maybe leans like a sunscreeny coconut type of scent. But then you have that salty ocean air that just gets mixed in with that coconut, and it is delightful. If you don't get this in the candle, at least get it in the wax melt and enjoy the heck out of it because it is good. It's so good. I love Sea Breeze. All right. Should we, okay, let's talk some Voluspa. I'm going to grab the Voluspas. So, besides the one that you saw in the entryway here, I've also been burning these two this week. I like these 3-wick 10s. I think these are a great way to get a little bit more oomph out of a Voluspa candle if you are trying to gauge whether you want to purchase one of their Luxe or Hearth candles. The Luxe candles are 3 wicks, but like larger, glass containers. And then the Hearth are like the mega the Mega Mama Jamas. I think those are like 250 ounces of wax. Don't quote me on that number. How many ounces are in here? This is 12 ounces. So what I've noticed about these is they do very easily pool from edge to edge. It takes a little while. Listen, you got to commit to these, but once they do, they form a pretty decent wax pool fairly quickly. Oh, this one's good. I expected to fall in love with the Panjor lychee. Hopefully I'm saying that right, because as you guys know, I love anything lychee. I don't adore this one, but I really do like it. But is it going to be the one that I purchase in the 3-wick or hearth size? I don't think so. I do think it's a great scent to pick up in the 3-wick tins. It's just a different type of lychee. There's a little bit more of a kind of a funky tang to this one that I don't personally love. I wish it was a little bit sweeter. But that tang kind of, you know, is definitely noticeable with this one. So at any rate, I really do like this one, and I would repurchase it again in the future, but probably in the tin, not necessarily in the 3-wick or the hearth size. Definitely not the hearth size. This is the Voluspa Italian Bellini. Oh, you guys, this one's really good too. This one is fantastic because it really does give you a little bit of that like champagne-y effervescence type of note. Well, in this case, it would be Prosecco effervescence. Bellinis are made with Prosecco and peach puree. It's just a little like cocktail. It's fantastic during the summer. And this smells exactly like a peach Bellini. It smells so good. So anyway, loving both of those. Really great experience with these 3-wick tins. If you were to try anything from Voluspa, I would say try it in this format. Honestly, while I love their beautiful glass 1-wick jars, they just don't give you much in terms of strength and throw. They smell great, and they're wonderful for like a bathroom or something like that, but I think these are better for a more open concept type of space. You're just gonna get a lot more oomph out of them than you are the single wicks. But the single wicks, they're beautiful jars. I don't know, if the jar speaks to you, maybe it's worth it. But yeah, so far I'm so pleased with what I picked up from there. I'm just gonna grab at this point. Here is, oh, you guys, I lit it. This is one of those candles that was really hard for me to light up because it's the last one that I have of a scent that I absolutely adore from HomeWorx. This is Golden Guava. Why, of all of the summer scents that Harry has brought back this year, why was Golden Guava not one of them? Harry, if you're watching, you should bring this back because, oh, would I repurchase it? It would be really hard for me to not repurchase this in bulk. It is so freaking good. When was this one from? 2018. We're taking it back to the real old school here. No, this is not the original lid. It actually came with, I think it was this metal lid. Remember when we used to get these nice lids? Now we get these lids, which are like a cheaper tin, I don't know. I mean, this one has a cool design and it does look good with the container, so I put that on there. But yeah, I really want the heavy lids back. They also made storing the candles a lot easier. Honestly, these lids, for whatever reason, are a lot more slippery and it's harder to like stack the candles on top of each other, which makes storage an issue. I mean, you could definitely, you know, get like something to put in between to prevent the candles from slipping around, but I don't know, do most people want to do that? Probably not. Anyway, Golden Guava, what's our notes here? Golden Guava, pineapple, fresh agave, and sugarcane. Yeah, all of those things. This is beautiful. It's so juicy, so sweet, so delicious, so authentic. Bring it back. And bring it back exactly like this. Don't mess with it. Don't change the wicks. Don't change the wax. Don't use the same label. Don't change anything. Just bring it back exactly like this. And it's delicious. So good. But that's gonna be done this summer, and it's one of those candles that I had in my little candle challenge of things that I want to finally use up this summer. Man, it's hard to do that. I'm that little part of me that's just like wanting to like hoard things still, and I have to let go. All right, couple Bath and Body Works candles. Cherry Blossom and Soju, which is so good. This was one of those fragrances that I very rarely purchase a backup from Bath and Body Works these days, but I did with this one because it smells like the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream scent, Chirosa 62. If you are more familiar with the Sol de Janeiro products, that's the fragrance that's in the Boom Boom Cream, and this smells so much like it to me. Slightly more floral, but very similar, and I just love it. It smells so good. So very pleased with this particular one. Would repurchase. I hope they keep the scent around. This is a very old school berry waffle cone from 2017, right? Yeah, 2017. Man, that was a while ago. This was in this ribbed glass collection. What was the other one from this collection? There was a like sweet floral. Was it pink hibiscus? Someone out there is going to remember, but you do remember this like ribbed glass collection, right? Like there were a few scents in this collection, but this berry waffle cone, which is the best the best berry waffle cone that they have done to date, it's of course the original. The new ones I don't think have smelled quite as rich and like just amazing. But there was also was it pink hibiscus? Oh, what was it? It wasn't pink flamingo. Oh, so, listen, someone has to remember and someone has to tell me what it was, because I don't think that scent ever came back, and it was so good. I had several. I actually still think I have some of it was like a pink iridescent glass. I think I still have it somewhere in this house. Beautiful jar, gorgeous scent, and these all burned like champs, like just because the glass I think was a lot thicker, it just held in a lot more of the heat, and it just gave amazing strength and throw. Yeah, this was a great candle. So, okay guys, we have a couple, well, 4 updates here on the Boats Candle Co. Candles. So full disclosure, these particular scents here were sent to me as PR. Boats Candle Co. is a candle company that is based out of California. Check out my haul video. I talk a little bit more about the company in there, but I will of course have it linked down below. There is a discount code that Marina, the owner, passed along to me, and it's not an affiliate discount code or anything, so I don't get anything if you use it. She just, you know, wanted to provide a discount to anyone who wanted to try purchasing her candles. They are 12 ounces in size, and she does use whiskey glasses, so I'm very much looking forward to reusing these because Craig does enjoy whiskey. We don't have a lot of whiskey glasses, even though he has an extensive whiskey collection, so it's kind of nice that I'll be able to reuse these. They're really nice quality jars, and she uses HomeWorx, which has been kind of new for me. I have some experience with Woodwick candles, some Woodwick brand candles that I purchased at, what was it, Yankee a while ago? I think it was Yankee maybe. But it's been a really long time. So anyway, she sent me some candles that I could, you know, burn, share my thoughts with you. Are these house fillers? No. Are they great in like an average sized room? Yes. But will they, you know, scent up your entire house? No, unless you live in like a much smaller house. I do think for me, I would prefer these in a larger format. I'm really enjoying the HomeWorx. These burn a lot cleaner than I thought they would. The one that I think I have gotten the furthest down in is the Ocean Waters. I've been burning this one in the powder room, and it's oh so good. So you can see there. Do you see how short that Woodwick is? So I would actually snap off just a little bit more than that before relighting. These have not been smoky or like sooty at all. For some reason I kind of expected that, but I'm not getting that from these at all. The Woodwick actually has a pretty clean like burn to it, I will say. I definitely expected them to be a little bit messy, but they're really not. I know that she is adding some cotton wicks, so she's kind of playing around with those. She's just a very small woman-owned business, like I said, out of Southern California. she actually, if you live in the area near where she is, she will refill these for you, or you can recycle them with her. But you know, obviously most of us live in other parts of the country. So what I like is I can get some great use out of these glasses afterwards. If you don't drink whiskey, I think these would be good little juice glasses anyway. So you can totally reuse them, which is great. Anyway, the fragrances that I've been burning this week are Beachside. Beachside is a really soft, very pretty type of fragrance. I'm going to be doing in-depth reviews on all of these, and I'm pretty close to being able to review, I think these two, the Beachside and the Ocean Waters, I think I can get reviews ready for these for tomorrow. So Ocean Waters has been going in the bathroom. This one's just really fresh, very clean smelling. The other two, I haven't quite gotten as far into. This is the Starlight Dreams. By the way, her wax is a soy, coconut, and beeswax blend. This one's really good too. I believe this is the one that has the white tea note in it. And I love that. And then the last one is the Himalayan Peach. This is a really nice peach, you guys. I love this peach. Really fresh, really fruity, so good. So anyway, I've really been enjoying these Boats Candle Co. candles. Again, I don't want you guys to purchase like a one wick like this and think that it's going to be a house filler. I mean, at least based on the size of my house, that is not my experience, but I think she actually does offer a larger wick format. So definitely check out our website. Everything will be linked down below, but I really like a lot of her blends, and she creates these blends herself. So I think she's doing a really good job with the fragrances themselves. And I think the overall performance of the wax and the wood wick has been really clean. And that is the most important thing to me. All right, you guys, I really don't have much in terms of Sensy to go through this week. I was really lazy about changing out my wax. So all I have are these two here. So this is Sunshine Mango. This is such a good mango, you guys. It is intensely sweet. This one is so sweet. I have this going around, kind of sprinkled more around like the back part of the house towards the front here. I decided to pop in the Starburst Sky, which if you've been following me for the last couple of months here, I've fallen in love with this scent. It's for the spring summer catalog this year. I already have this in my club. It reminds me of one of my favorite perfumes, the Seven Virtues Vanilla Woods. If you like that particular perfume, this is very similar. I also have this in the laundry bundle, and I'm really enjoying it in the laundry bundle. Yeah, just a really great scent, but I do need to get a little better about changing wax. I've just been really lazy with Sensy lately. I don't know why. I normally like the process of changing out my wax, but I don't know. I think I've just been so busy with, you know, like cleaning projects and work, and you know, still wanting to like film and, you know, keep up with YouTube here and stuff. So I don't know, some things got away from me this week. And I think the thing that got away from me was my Sensy wax. So time to change that out and enjoy probably some new things, because I put that in a few days ago. So it's pretty weak by this point. All right. That's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know what you were burning and melting throughout this past week. Let me know if you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.